Okay, friends, Doc South saying hey, and oh, I see. Well, today I see that I guess they're starting the shots the immunization shots for COVID on various people. I think some lady made the news by being the first one to get the old needle in the arm routine, and no, let's hope that all works out. That would be great because there are, boy, an awful lot of people sick with COVID-19. And I have some friends who have older, older relatives who are very, very ill and may or may not make it. So it's a scary stuff. And if getting a shot in the arm can help you fight it off, well, I'm all for it. I'll roll up my sleeve. Darn right. And, it's funny because people my age, and again, I'm older than dirt, back when we were kids in the 50s, there was another pandemic going around, and I think it did attack kids quite a bit. I think it also got grown-ups, but I'm talking about polio. Yeah, polio. And it was a kind of a paralysis, a kind of disease. And I think in many cases it made you lame. I guess your legs wouldn't work. And I don't recall if there was a cure for that or not. I don't remember. I know also sometimes the disease would I guess somehow mess up your lungs to where you had an awful time breathing. You evidently didn't have quite the I guess somehow or another the muscles that help you breathe were paralyzed. Well, you'd be in a pickle if something like that happened. A person you can't last too long without breathing. Pretty essential bodily function. And I think what they would do, they would put people into iron lungs. You say iron lung? What's that? Well, I I remember going through the medical books at home as a kid. I used to love digging through them and seeing what's I'd study various diseases and all. Very brainy 8-year-old, too smart for my own darn good. But I remember there was a section on polio, and there was they showed the progress of polio, how a little boy was playing. Then the next week he's not feeling too good. He's got a fever. His mom doesn't know what to do. They take him to the doctor. Next thing you know, they're going into the hospital. He's in an iron lung. Maybe he's got braces on his legs so he can walk. And the iron lung basically looked like a tin can, and you pop your head out the other end, and I think your feet out the other end, and somehow or another it would create a vacuum around your lungs, and that would open up that would cause your chest to expand. You'd get air, and then it would, yeah. So it was kind of like artificial respiration, like almost like CPR without pressing on the heart, only for your lungs. And it was done mechanically with a vacuum. Go figure. But it worked. And in a lot of cases, people were in the iron lung for a few weeks, and then the virus would go away and they'd be all right. Maybe a bit ill or weak, but they'd be alive. And in some cases, no, it didn't work. And then, well, that was pretty bad. But I remember eventually, of course, everyone just terrified of polio. Anything you got, if you got the sniffles, as a kid, oh, it's polio, polio. No, it was sniffles. But as far as you were concerned, yeah. Joey down in the corner told us sniffles is the first. What are you doing listening to a 12-year-old when you're only 8? Shut up. God, where's that Joey? I'm going to go get, you give him a piece of my mind, Mom would be saying. And, but eventually, yeah, I think it was Dr. Jonas Salk, right? Salk, it came up with and I guess much like they're doing with COVID-19, he came up with and a remedy. You got the polio shot, and I think you had to get one a year for a while, and eventually polio went away. But the polio shot, since this was a disease mostly for kids, as near as I know, I think grown-ups could get it, but kids especially had to be vaccinated. They would, since you were in school, well, heck, everybody just march down to the school nurse's office and there'll be someone waiting there for you, needle in hand. And they would do that. You'd find out, you'd have to bring a form to your parents and they'd sign it saying, yeah, give my kid the works. And then you had to take it back. And you better hand it to the teacher because the polio shot was way less than what your dad might do to you if you found him in that belt of his. Yeah. And so I didn't have to worry about that. My folks were okay. They said, you're taking this to the nurse, right? You're handing this to the teacher? It's a signal. You're going to get a shot in the arm. Yeah, sure. And they said, okay, as long as you promise you're going to hand it to the teacher. We better not hear you didn't. I'm going to give it to her. And I did. Yeah, I figured, well, the needle couldn't be any worse than getting the spanking, getting the belt. Oh, my gosh. So, eventually the day would come when you saw there was like a van, if I recall right, from the, I don't know, some organization, March of Dimes maybe or something was there. And you eventually, I guess the first graders, the second graders, the third graders, they'd all go. You'd see the kids in line waiting to get to go before the firing squad. And it frankly wasn't that big. It stung a little, if I recall right, but it was nothing much. But kids would get so worked up over it. I'm not going. It was like they were going to the chair. I don't know. And what they would do to make things a little easier, they would pair you off, and you held hands and walked down the hallway to the nurse's office. And there you'd get in line and, well, you're next, and you get your shot. Well, I had some girl named Michelle. I was in Mrs. Dembeck's fourth grade at the Ford, New Jersey grade school. Yeah. And I don't know. I'm walking with Michelle. I'm holding her hand. She's kind of cute, I always thought. A little bit smaller than me. And again, I always thought kind of pretty. And not my girlfriend or anything, but just, but walking with her. And she, whoa. And all of a sudden, she's looking kind of funny. And it was right after lunch. Yep. And she looked a little funny and said, Michelle, you all right? And she went to open her mouth and all of a sudden just barfed. Oh, my gosh, all over me. Yeah. Poor kid. I did, big deal. I've been barfed on by experts, so I didn't, it was no big whoop, but they had to clean me off and all that. And I was the last one to get the shot. Yeah, because they had me in the janitor had me in the boys' room getting my, God, what happened to you, kid? God, love a duck, look at you. And poor Michelle was so embarrassed. Of course, I saw her later. I said, that was okay. No big, I'm sorry. So I couldn't help it. I said, well, you're all right. Did the shot hurt? No, it didn't. I said, well, it's nothing to worry about, right? Didn't hurt me either, just a little pinch. No worse than getting punched in the arm. Yeah, I guess. She was always, nice girl. Yeah, we parted company after. I think I went to a different fifth grade than her and, well, never met again. But she, it was, I don't think if there's a virus around and it makes you really deathly ill, I say go get the shot. Crying out loud. As long as you're not allergic to whatever's in it, go do it. Much better than getting sick. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm first in line for the flu shot. I don't know, sir. I got that flu once, man. I had it for a week. And after a while, I was afraid I wasn't going to die. So I'm just saying, do it. Won't hurt you a bit. Oh, a little pinch. Oh, my. Oh. Anyway, I thought I'd say. Oh, I was thinking more about shots. Hey, we got time. In the Navy. Yeah, you had to go for your physical. Once you were at boot camp. If I recall right, that's how it worked. And basically, we all got marched into a room. And we were told to face forward and drop our drawers. Yeah. It's a little weird, but we're standing there with our pants down to our ankles, if I recall right. And they said, when you when you feel the shot go in, and the medic, the corpsman, swats you on the back, not on the backside, but on the shoulder, you can pull your pants up and off you go. and and they just come at you from behind, and you hear the guys behind you yow yow, and the yowing got closer and closer, and eventually you got yours. Say, okay, you're done, sailor. Okay, recruit. I'm sorry, not sailor. And you'd pull your drawers up and back off, and the poor guys in front of you were getting theirs. What was bad was to be the guy at the front of the line, because you were the last one to get it. Oh, and every now and then you hear someone thud, and they hit the floor. They fainted. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No one yelled too much, not that I recall. The medics must have really thought that was weird. All those people in front of them dropping their drawers. I don't know. Well, in any case, you didn't get the flu when you were in boot camp. You didn't want the flu when you were in boot camp. My God, what could be worse? Anyway, I thought I'd say. We'll see you later, friends. And again, when the flu shot comes to town, I'm not the flu shot. Well, when the virus shot comes to town, my advice, unless you're allergic, go do it. Go do it. Way better than being sick. I'll see you later. Thank you, and God bless.